I'm Timmy.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Nathan.
And this is Three Old Tech Dudes. So this is about our 84th video.
Is
what it'll be.
Is it only our 80?
Yeah, we haven't made 100 yet. Because we've taken a few month-long breaks or two here and there, a couple times over the almost 3 years.
COVID was rough.
And then we almost burned ourselves out this last go-around. We went from February to May before we shot again at one point.
True. Well, that was COVID, though. But
I don't know.
It was also,
I quit accepting COVID as a problem in January.
But
We're blaming COVID, darn it.
Yeah.
It works for everybody else.
It's also like life happens. And
Sure.
Yeah, this isn't our primary job.
There's a Three Old Tech Dude shortage.
We are very busy. That's we're very busy. And that's not a statement because we're sitting here and we're fixing to shoot as many videos as we can cram in about 3 hours, which is about how we do it. So we'll go a month between shoots, and we're busy nearly every evening of the month in between. Starting with this video, we're going to begin doing segments in every episode, and there'll be some we introduce over time, some that you'll see just on occasion. Sometimes it'll be a comedy segment. Sometimes it'll be on any of the various subjects the channel covers. Anything from, any old electronics, old or new, that we like, things we found, cool events. But every week you'll have a main segment, and then you'll have Echoes from the Asylum, where we hear from you, the viewer. And trust me, you guys, some of you belong in one. And
we don't.
Don't be mean to our viewers.
We escaped. Mean to us. And then we'll always have a segment called Welcome to the Waves, where we welcome a new ham to the hobby. So,
No, we're not surfing?
Nope, not surfing. Not surfing. This is radio wave, RF. Because they kind of, they do their thing.
But, dude, I've been working on my surfer accent.
Dude.
So this week, I'm going to bring you a segment on tropospheric ducting, which I have encountered recently on 2 meters and sometimes in the past.
Okay. What is tropospheric ducting? Because someone's going to be like,
is that when ducks get in the troposphere?
So what is it?
And quack a lot?
Keep in mind, I actually do know this.
It's when there's a temperature inversion and RF travels over the top of it, and I did not come prepared for that question. So why don't you answer it?
Okay. So literally, it's when the effect in the atmosphere, which is a temperature inversion, causes literally an effect kind of like ductwork in your house. Just RF goes into it and will just sit there and bounce and travel like long distances. That normally wouldn't. For example, on 2 meters, on like an HT, for example, the time that I had the experience with, where I was sitting in the north side of Indianapolis on an HT, which is actually, I don't know where I put it. Oh, here. This one. Well, one just like it anyway.
They're very familiar with that HT at this point.
But taking
he was fresh off of killing somebody with it.
Yeah. But taking that and using
that
actual antenna and a similar model radio, talking to a guy in around the I think it was the inner beltway around San Antonio.
Yep.
And on low power on a radio that normally would go 5-10 miles max.
Yeah. You can see that story in great detail in our memorable ham radio conversations video. That's right here. So check that out. That's a fun one. A lot of people enjoyed that one. So I enjoyed it. I've watched that one recently and enjoyed it. It was about a year ago. So
yeah, been that long?
But I recently had a cool experiences on FT8, 2 meter FT8, which a lot of people hear FT8 and they think HF. Well, no, y'all need to get on 2 meter FT8. You need to. There's a lot of debate always between the FT91A and the IC7300, and everybody goes, buy the 7300, and I'm like, but VHF all mode. So that's what kept me from the 7300. I ended up buying an ICOM IC7100. And let me show you these experiences I had a few weeks ago. One Friday, I was sitting at work, and I decided to pull up the weather radar. And I did, and I noticed all of these distant returns that just look like, random garbage on the Evansville, Indiana weather radar. And I thought, oh, this could be a band opening on VHF and the like. So I went to the VHF propagation map and saw this behavior. Now, this map uses APRS to try to see if there's, longer than normal 2 meter propagation, so 144.39 is the APRS frequency. So they're able to track that based on the APRS databases. And I saw all of this red, which is unusual. You usually see some yellows like you see here, but rarely do you see these big red areas. So I decided to wander out to the car for a few minutes and see what I could hear. I didn't hear anything on 2 meters, but I did hear obvious FM capture effect on NOAA weather radio stations, where you could hear more distant stations on the same frequencies attempting to get in underneath that.
With a temperature of 64. It was mostly sunny, with a temperature of 64 in Chicago and 64 at Houston.
Luckily, the next morning I got out of bed early and decided to see how conditions were that Saturday morning. Ducting conditions are similar today. This is the next day, and I'm seeing 0 call from Echo Mike 48. Tried to call him back, but he's since quit transmitting. So we'll keep giving it a try. Call CQ here on 2 meters in a bit. I guess that's helpful to know I am running 2 meter FT8 at the moment. Giving it all it's got to see if we can make something happen here. Finally making a contact here. There we go. Echo November 51. It's in Illinois, I believe. Got another one calling CQ here. You can see how many times we had to transmit. The return for it worked. It just fades in and out so much. You can see you've got similar conditions. See, you've got similar conditions today. I don't know why the map's not loading right. Trying now for this 0 call here in Echo November 22. Steady, we'll see if it holds up. I don't think he's hearing me. Sometimes it takes a few tries. Looks like he may have quit transmitting, but this KE0SIS is in Rembrandt, Iowa. That's 524 miles away. That's probably my 2 meter reception record in any mode. Man, I really got to get a good beam up. I'm using a vertical. It's amazing you can even do this well with a vertical, to be honest, because most of these guys will be running horizontal on big towers with beams. As you should. Try and burn another one, but he's really not hearing me. Well, different than FT8 on HF, it's very weak, as you can see in the waterfall. Can't even hear him on the actual audio, except maybe very slightly on occasion on the actual rig. I guess I do run preamp on too due to my vertical antenna. Usually wouldn't run the preamp, especially on HF. There's no need. So I may have moved over here, maybe. Somebody's over there. Oh, that's the Iowa fella again. I'm working one in St. Louis now. I don't think I worked him already. I saw him calling CQ early on. Look how strong he is right now. Hear it a little bit over the dishwasher. May just be a big pump in. Keep trying him here. Not decoding me every time. That's all right. So this just happened. I got KE0SIS calling CQ. The band came way up. See how much brighter these are? That's how the ducting tends to be. So decoding a lot. They're loud enough you can hear them at this point. See, hear the whistle. That's pretty cool. Guess what time it is, boys?
What time is it?
It's time for Echoes from the Asylum.
That's 641.
Asylum.
641, and it's echoes from the asylum.
We're shooting this after
No matter
work.
what time it is, where you are. Don't tell them when we're shooting things.
People like to pretend we're live.
I know.
We're not live. Well, we are live. We're
This might be 6 months from now.
Alive.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So let's look at this comment here, which you'll see on your screen below. It's right down there. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's backwards.
I can't
write
You can
that.
see through the back of it. Yeah. All right. This is from the Vintage Digital Cameras video, the Sony Mavica MVC FT85 and FT90. And Nathan should know he owns them all, the Apple QuickTake 150.
Yeah. I was tempted to bring one of those with me just because they're kind of fun little cameras.
They sure
They
are.
still take pretty good pictures.
And Lars Vins writes, my grandfather was a professional photographer. He loved the Mavicas, specifically the 0.6 megapixel versions to be used on websites. His photos that got published in Danish magazines concerning Canadian outdoor life was with a Canon TX and Kodachrome. All the photos that got published online were from the Mavicas. I thought that was cool. Carrying a bag of film and a bag of floppies everywhere and always.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
So back in the day, that would have been when that was a really popular camera, of course. Your website, no one had like high speed internet like that.
Right.
Now.
Everything was dial up modem.
So you didn't put like a 10 megapixel picture on a website. You'd have people cussing you out. But
also, screen resolutions were lower.
Oh, yeah.
Then, too. So you didn't need
640 by 480 was about the most common, followed right behind it was the slightly larger 800 by 600, which are both very small today.
Right.
Oh my, yeah. Reminds me, I have to show you a thing.
And
it's funny, but
this website best viewed with Netscape Navigator.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Netscape now 3.0.
Anyway. So yeah, that was typical, and those actually took. I mean, even the one I have today, which we showed, but the pictures from it still look, as good as they did then.
That's right.
I mean, it's still not bad.
So be sure to check that video out right here. And you can see we interlaced the videos from the Mavicas right off the floppy disk and a video clip from those cameras right into the video. So you'll see how those hold up today on YouTube. And it was the video was pretty terrible, but the pictures were good. I thought the pictures were pretty good. So you could tell a difference in the image sensor compared to modern ones.
Yeah, the video, because it uses an actual just straight out CCD sensor, just like you would in a camcorder.
Sure.
Fundamentally, it really isn't that much high resolution than a.
Yeah, it was pretty grainy.
I would imagine video wasn't a high priority then either, because there really wasn't
not at all.
There wasn't anything to do with it.
No
really.
YouTube at the time.
There wasn't really a YouTube
real player.
So you had that, but you did actually have. So at the same time that was out, I also had a high 8 camera or a digital 8 camera. Sorry, this is a digital 8 camera anyway, and so we would actually take very nice standard resolution video. It was a full 525 line, really 480 usable. So it actually looked nice. I still have that camera, by the way, too. Which is
wow!
I have so much junk.
We gotta get that on the channel someday too.
Yeah, I got to bring in my camcorder collection, and there's several, including some of them that use the tube sensor.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
our 84th video, we still have no end to the things we could put on the channel. That's what's wild.
Yeah, we're
not hoarders.
Sorry, Sarah.
We think. I haven't done that in a while. Sorry, Sarah.
We know what the basement looks like. Sorry. It's a storage bin. Let's face reality. Yeah. But no, those cameras, I mean, I was happy to pick those up. I found those literally at a antique shop for, I think it was $8 for one and $10 for the other.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like nothing. And I bought like a bag, what they thought were parts for that, and really 2 things were, and then a bunch were just other whatever. But
sure.
But yeah, and they still worked. I mean, I threw some floppy disks in them, and they took pictures. It's like, all right, sweet. Hey.
All right. What else we got here? We got another one. This is from the video "Death and Resurrection: The Saga of Blue TV." That's the most artsy intro we've ever done on a video yet.
Did we buy this stuff for that at like
Goodwill? The Goodwill flowers and the funeral scene. You did. Yes. You did. It cost a whole $1.99.
Yeah, they still had the Goodwill sticker on them still.
Goodwill's a great place to pick up little things like that if you ever want to. I mean, you can even sometimes pick up something like the Blue TV there.
So here's a comment. You guys ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
I swear, it was like watching a skilled surgeon saving someone's life. Very heartwarming, compelling, and the way Timmy's hands moved, I have to admit, I sobbed a little. LOL. That's from Steve Chandler, W9THR.
Oh, okay.
The one guy who has a photo of us with him
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
on his
That
Facebook
day.
page.
Oh, it was a Facebook page. Yeah.
I remember that day.
Yeah.
We love our fans.
Yeah. I mean, if you show up to like the Hamfest here locally in Bedford, we're there. And we try and get to several others.
It's been a challenge this year, but
We're hoping
has
to get
been.
one, but yesterday.
we wanted to hit one at this date tomorrow, but we're not going to pull it off.
It's not going to happen.
I've got another ham radio event, and everybody's got something to do. It seems, except Nathan. I think he was available, but
Well,
We,
I was, and we had a family emergency.
then you weren't.
And I'm not. Which is
We
unfortunate.
do have to show up to the one in Bedford, though.
Yeah.
It's kinda
Yeah, so if you
required.
ever want to come see us, that's a good one to come
Yeah.
and see us at. Yeah.
People will get upset if 3 of the 4 officers of our ham club did not show
That's
up
right.
to that ham fest.
I expect we'll be able to make Louisville this year. It's in September.
Oh, that sounds like
So-
I would think we should be able to.
I think we can pull
we
that
will-
off, so-
we will announce, assuming this comes out before then, we will announce
Should.
on our Facebook and probably put a thing on our YouTube page that says, hey, we'll be at X, whatever.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll be able to get to when is the Arcade Expo? Or did that get
I have
canceled?
not.
That was,
it
I
was.
think that was already this year.
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
would have
early
happened,
on.
but they didn't have it again.
Did they not have
Yeah,
it again?
No, I didn't have it again
I don't
Okay.
think they did.
because I may have made that one.
Unfortunate. But anyway, yeah, so you should come and meet us. And if you want to take a picture with us, I don't know why you'd want to, but hey, why not? But yeah, hey, we're available. We're not.
Lovable, weird radio nerd guys. So
Yeah, I mean,
We don't have bodyguards or anything.
no.
No security.
I
just
have
tuck
2
and roll.
teenage boys that think I'm
Tuck and roll.
insane.
tuck and roll. Thanks for the comment, Steve. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think it's time for Welcome to the Waves, boys. What do you think? Welcome to Waves.
Well, who are we welcoming to the waves this week?
Well, I've welcomed them about 7 different ways, but I thought I'd start off our first video with our new segments by welcoming John Lowery, KD9SXB, that's Kilo Delta 9 Sierra X-Ray Bravo of Bedford, Indiana, a new technician. Somebody Nathan has known for his whole life.
Strange
Yes.
how that happened.
Yeah.
His entire life. Well, yeah.
Offspring, that's how it works.
It's called, he's my son. Yeah.
So congrats.
Yeah.
He tried a few times and got the study on, and it takes a lot of study to get that done, so it can be difficult. He
especially when
pulled it
you're-
off. So
When you're a teenager and you have other things,
a lot of other things going on. He's
Well,
working
yeah.
a lot. He got
He's
it done
working a
a
lot.
few weeks ago. So.
Yep. And so what he wound up doing that worked really well for him, and it could work, might work for you, is he went and downloaded the app.
There's a blue million of them.
Yeah, this is like the.
They're all free. All the good ones.
There's a lot of good ones out there, too.
Yeah, there are.
It's convenient that the FCC
It's
makes
called Ham Radio Prep.
Ham Radio
So,
Prep.
He
Good
downloaded
one.
Ham Radio Prep and just lived on it. And he's like, "Well, what do I do, Dad?" And I'm like, "You live in it. That's
right.
Just do it.
Keep hitting it till you're passing
Yep.
every time, basically. That's how I've done it each
Pretty
time
much.
I've studied.
He got
so.
it to where he's getting like 90 plus each time, and I'm not really sure the exact number he got on the test. They didn't really tell you. They just
I
said
don't think
pass.
they-
which is
Sometimes
fine.
that group will tell you how many you missed, but that's
Yeah.
only if you ask. So
Yeah. Well, and he probably didn't ask. And it was one of those things where it was outside because
Yep.
COVID concerns, all that
Sure,
kind of stuff.
yep.
And it was in the middle of cicada season, so it was loud too.
And
So he passed the test and killed 6 cicadas. Or something.
the things you do to get the technician,
yeah.
sometimes. So.
But he's
I got the
used it.
privilege of being his first 2-meter contact. So,
You were. I was
Peter,
on there that night, I think.
That was really cool.
That was cool.
we took a trip down to Tennessee, so he was in one car and I was in the other, and we're sitting there chatting back and forth, and that was actually kind of fun. And
Yeah.
because we got separated a little bit, so radios go pretty good distance.
That's
We
right.
Finally we did get kind of out of range a little bit, but we were able to catch back up and get right back together. So I mean, it's good use for ham radios.
Absolutely.
If you have a couple different vehicles going down, you can kind of keep track. Keep track.
And
of each other.
it works a lot better than the little handheld family radio frequency.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
sort of
Because
tend to
with
range a
external
little better.
antennas and mobile radios, it goes a lot.
And
further.
like what 40 times the power on most
oh yeah,
mobiles.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are those limited to usually? Is
The
it-
FRS radios,
Yeah.
I think 1 watt.
1
But,
watt.
There's
They're-
like a
they're pretty
mobile- There's a mobile version of something like that out there now. I don't know what it's.
Well, there's
used by
GRMS,
Yeah, there's
right?
like farmers use it a lot now. I don't know what the power level on that is, but ham is technically 2 meters. You could put up 1,500 watts.
you
I don't
could.
recommend that mobile.
No.
That'd probably burn up a modern car's computer.
But
But
say you might want a separate alternator and battery system for that.
yeah, a shielded vehicle
And the antenna that you're going to have to put, but boy.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, we just used 2 off-the-shelf mobiles. One of the ICOMs that we reviewed.
Yeah.
I went ahead and bought one for
IC
him.
2300.
Yep. And I have my Sakutran radio, which is it's a radio.
Every time you say that, we need to hit a gong, I guess. Is that how that works?
should.
Is that outside the YouTube community guidelines? Hope not. Anyway.
Anyway, welcome to the waves, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good video, guys. What do you think? Time to get out of here.
Alrighty then.
Till next time, I'm Timmy.
I'm Justin.
I'm Nathan.
This is 3 Old Tech Dudes.
Later.
See ya.
Thanks for hanging out with us here on 3 Old Tech Dudes. Please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more tech old and new, tinkering at the workbench, repairs, ham radio, electronics, computers, and more. Please like this video and share 3OTD with your friends to help us grow the channel. We tweet at 3 Old Tech Dudes 1 on Twitter, and you can keep up with us on Facebook. Just search for 3OTD and look for our logo. Thanks so much for watching.